Hello guys, my name is Michael and welcome to the second GTK Overlay tutorial. Until now we learned about the way how we pack widgets inside our GTK overlay container. We saw that we can put at the different positions and so on, and we were setting some margins as well so that we can move them to a better desired position. The thing is that once that you set them, they stay there forever. So now you see the button one, which is here. It's occupied as a part of the main widget, another part from the overlay container itself, because the overlay container itself took the whole window place. We have more room right here. Once that you maximize it, you see the button one stays always, and button two and so on to the same position. Now there is another function. There are functions which we can talk about them. There is GTK SetOverlayPassThrough, which is a function. Basically it says convenience function to set the value of the pass-through child property for widget. If we go to the child property, we have not here, but basically we have the pass-through. Right, sorry, I meant we don't have a property. We have a child property right here, pass through, and says whether to pass input through the overlay child to the main child. Of course, this has no effect when set on the main child itself. It's true, isn't it? So basically, you call this function, and then once that you call it, you decide. Let me copy this part right here, because it says this function says takes three arguments. The first one, three arguments. The first one is the overlay. The second is the widget, an overall child, an overlay child of the GTK overlay, and the next one is the setting which you need to set it true or false. So basically, if you set it to false or true, you just pass the right setting, and then you make a decision. About this call, I'm going to let it in another video where I'm going to show you something else, and then you'll see better how this function works, but you need to know about it. That's important for you right now. Okay, now let us move to the next function, which is very, very important, and it is called GTKOverlayReorder overlay. Move child to a new index in the list of overlay children. So the list contains overlays in the order that these were added to overlay by default. See also index. Widgets index in the overlay children list determines which order of the children are drawn if they overlap. Whoa, what this means. So the first child is drawn at the bottom. It also affects the default focus chain order. Whoa, it looks like complicated, isn't it? So the GTK overlay, it is the first argument. The second is the overlay child widget to move, and of course the index, the new index for child in the list of overlay children of overlay starting from 0 if negative indices the end of the list. Okay, this is somehow strange, isn't it? Okay, let me see if you get it, if you catch the point. GTK overlay, overlay reorder overlay, and how it says child and the position, isn't it? So let me do something. So the first one is the GTK overlay, the second is the child, put button one, and I don't know how. Let me use 0 just to see what difference it does. I'm just going only on the button one. Bam, you see where the button one it is. Now watch where goes the button 2 as well. No difference. How about the button 3? Again, no difference. How about the button 4? Because we have 4 buttons, isn't it? Still nothing. Okay, how about if we change them to some new random position? Position 2 for button 1, position 1 for button 2, position 1 for button 3, and position 3 for button 4. How does it look like? We still have no difference, isn't it? I mean, button 1 is still here, button 2 is still there, button 3 is here, so we have no difference. It's the same like we didn't call it. Before I show you, let's go back a little bit, see again. Move, no, not this part. This one, and this is the part which you need to read it again with me. It says, a widget's index in the overlay children list determine which order the children are drawn if they overlap. So basically you decide on which order they are drawn if they overlap. What this means? Well, let me comment a little bit these 4 calls. I want to show you something. So now watch. We have 4 buttons. Let me clean a little bit the code just to make it much more interesting. And this means I want to drop the margin of the the margin of the button 1 to have them all 4. You understand better for a second. Now watch. Now we have the same program, button 1, button 2, button 3 and 4. Okay, now watch what happens if I resize the window. I'm going slowly. Remember, this is the button 1, this is the button 2, this is the button 3, this is the button 4. Now watch what happens when I'm going to resize. You see, the button 2 and button 4 stays above button 1 and 3. You see this behavior? Again, button 2 and button 4 are above. If we go from down to up, we have button 3 and button 4. You see, 3, 4 gets the place of 1 and 2. 2, 4 gets the position, gets the on the top on the 1 and 3. Now let us change this behavior a little bit. Now we change it. Let me compile it and run it. And now I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go from the right to the left. Bam. Watch. Button 2 goes under button 1 this time, but button 4 stays still there because the way we set this change. You see, button 2 moves to under button 1. Button 3 and 4 was at the top, and now button 4 stays at the top and button 3 goes under button 1. You see? And the final winner we have, it is button 1. Okay, that is very important for you to understand. If you understand this thing, just play with this function, and once that you understand it and once that you know exactly those settings which you pass them through, you will notice the difference which does so much work for you. That being said, thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, share with your friends and neighbors, and until next time, see you guys.